Hey, welcome to Plants Are My Therapy, and today I'm going to the garden store to look for flowering plants that would benefit bees. And I guess it wouldn't be a plant store in Hawaii if we didn't have coconut trees. These palms are Areca palms. These palms do well and they're good air purifiers. They also make good indoor plants. But I made the mistake of planting them outside in the yard to give it a tropical look. I wanted a tropical look in my yard, and these plants are very aggressive. They set out roots that will destroy your sprinkler system. I would suggest that you, if you live in the tropics, to be very careful of the tropical plants that you plant there. These are heliconias. Heliconias are beautiful tropical plants. Hotels use them in their landscaping. The problem is I live on the drier side of the island, and these plants with these large leaves take up a lot of water. And these are bougainvilleas. Bougainvilleas are beautiful plants, but they have thorns and they turn into briar patch quick. Those were Song of India. There's a type of Dracaena. I got a lot of those. These are crotons. My grandmother has a lot of these. They grow huge, and there's a lot of flowering plants, but I'm looking around to all these flowers and none of them have bees. These are vincas. I never saw a bee on a vinca. They are very drought tolerant plants and very colorful, but I don't think they'll benefit bees. These are citrus trees. I have a lot of citrus trees in my yard, and these are Hawaiian tea leaves. And I've been into these Hawaiian tea leaves lately, especially these painted versions. These they're not painted, artificially painted. The variegations are, well, they're called painted teas because the variegations which occur naturally looks like they're painted, but they're not painted. And it looks like they got a lot of new stock in. This is the day after Christmas, so I didn't expect them to have much of a selection, but I later found out from one of my friends who worked here that they had a huge shipment that they had to call people from the back to help. These are coleus and gardenias, and none of these will benefit bees, and these are calanchos. I liked these plants before when I was into succulents last year, and then well, I got over it. These flowers look nice, but they die, and then they occasionally flower throughout the year, and then you're gonna have to clean up the dead flowers from the plant. It's too much work. I don't want to get into that. And these are leftover well, poinsettias, and I was thinking about getting well, these are nice flowers. Look how beautiful these flowers are, and even these flowers, but I still don't see any bees on them. And these are impatiens. I've never seen any bee on an impatient. And those yellow flowers, these are vincas. I never saw any bees on these, so I'm just going to be looking around. You know, the thing that I noticed is that, okay, these hanging baskets are new, but all of these plants on the table, I come here about a couple times a week after I drop the grandkids off at school, and so I just look around after Starbucks and just walk with my coffee. This is like my walk in the park, and I've noticed that these are crotons. These are easy to grow, easy to propagate, and they grow nicely. But you know, all of these plants on the ground, that's lined up on the ground, all of these palms and all of these plants on the table, these plants were here from November, and they've been growing. Look at this. I remember when these plants first came in. This is the sparkling Sarah. This is a Chinese evergreen, and they were smaller before, but we've been having really good weather lately. So these plants have been doing very well, and all that they've been doing is just sitting here in the garden center and just keeping growing, which is really encouraging. These are mums, and I don't know what palms these are. I know they're not Areca palms. I haven't been into palms. Ever since the palms wrecked my sprinkler system, I've not into palms. And these are begonias. I still don't like begonias. Begonias, there was a weed like begonia, or a begonia like weed, that I used to have to clean out of my grandmother's garden ever since I was small, and I don't like begonias. And see, these, I remember these philodendrons. They were small. You could see the individual pots, and they're only $20, but now they're huge. The garden center is in charge of seasonals. So the garden center had to concentrate on their the Christmas items, but now Christmas is over, I guess they're going back on their plants. But the orchids, and then I never saw butterflies or bees. Actually, I'm here for the bees. I want to help bees, and these are smaller vincas. Oh, there's bees. I think this is a milkweed, and I'm happy that the bees are doing well. I know there's a couple local beekeepers that I met that will come to your house and take care of a bee's nest. And I had a bunch of bees that made their home in one of the trees at my house, and I would give them a bowl of sugar and water, and they were happy. And then my neighbors got upset, and the pesticide people said that they couldn't. I didn't call the pesticide people, but the neighbors called the pesticide, and I guess it's illegal to kill bees. So the beekeepers came over and took the bees. Look, all of this plants. Well, these hanging plants are new, but all of these plants on the table, they were here since November, and they've grown into a jungle. I mean, it's amazing what they can do. This is one of those live carnivorous plants that maybe if I was younger, I'll be into, but I don't have times. And oh, I love these plants. These are a calathea. I had a pink striped one, and I regretted only getting one because they sell out quick, and the leaves are really deep green with this pink pinstripe through it. It looks like a candy cane. It looks really nice. I have plans for these plants. I think they're beautiful. Well, this is a peace lily, and those are the Bolivian wandering Jews. These are the large peace lilies that I only discovered existed a couple weeks ago. These were small. Look how huge they've gotten. These were individual plants. Well, they're still individual plants, but then you could see when they were lined up in November that they were individual plants, and now they're a huge jungle. I already have one. I'm tempted to buy another one because spathiphyllums, or peace lilies, this type of peace lily gets about 6 foot tall, and they're excellent air purifiers. I just like the plant. You know, the purifying the air is just secondary. These are other philodendrons. These have orange stalks. I'm actually looking for the pink variegated philodendrons, and I only could find them online, and those are like $80 to $90, and it's from out of the country, so I'm pretty sure by the time it gets through customs they'll be dead. I'm on several waiting lists on the internet, but I'm try not to get my hopes up. These are bromeliads. These are the leftover bromeliads that were all over the place, I think, the summertime, but now those are just the leftovers. And these are actually pretty interesting plants. But I will never buy them because I have enough plants that require low or bright indirect light. So I'm not gonna buy any of these, and I'm so over succulents right now. My succulents were growing great all year until it hit autumn, and then the angle of the sun changed. It got a couple more hours of sunlight, and they all struck. Well, I'm probably gonna get that one, but I'm tired of babying plants. I need to just get the plants and then let them grow, and then that's it. Just grow. all the succulents that I potted for, this actually is the plant that I wanted to get. This is an unusual plant. This is the first time I've seen this type of succulent. The leaves grow perpendicular to the plant, but these little rosettes, these are my favorite succulents. I had the idea of just growing these rosettes in a big pot outside with blue marble, so it looks like water lilies. But you know, the sun angle changed, and the slugs like this. Oh, you know this lizards that is jumping around here? It only came around several years ago, maybe about 4 or 5 years ago. It killed off all the domestic or the indigenous lizards, which were green, or maybe this hybridized. But those lizards are vicious. They attack each other. They attack other lizards. Look how huge these wandering Jews have become. I mean, all of these, you can tell the plants that were hanging here from November prior to Christmas. They are massive. It's like a jungle. And then these are the outdoor flowering plants. I've never seen bees on those. This is false heather, and there's bees all over these plants, and these plants can handle full sun. So I think I found the plants that I'm gonna get. I mean, they have a lot of little flowers. The bees are enjoying themselves. They're all over these plants. So I think I'm going to be getting a couple of these and planting them in pots around my house, and if I can get them to propagate in the ground, this will be good. And okay, well, thank you for coming with me to shop for plants for bees, and please like this video, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. This is my first shopping video. Aloha. These are weeds. I don't know why they sell them. Lantana grows wild. Don't buy them. They're weeds. Okay. Aloha.